So in this video, I'm going to comment this tip from Julian Earle from Electronic Samples. So let's look at it.
It's on an amen break. So we're starting with this. So we'll make the audio effect track. We're going to go ahead and do the highs first. So we'll do the highs. Okay, so let's gate those. Let's go ahead and turn the return down, the floor down, turn the release. Alright, there's the highs. Let's get the mids now. And see, we're getting just the snares as well. There's not all that ride in the mids anymore. Maybe a little drum bus after it. And there we go. So we go from this old, muddy, dark amen to this. Nice, clean, modern, very punchy in a way, like I said, that we haven't been able to do before. I really don't think anybody's ever done this quite the same. There are transient shapers out there. There are different things like this. But I really think this is the future of working with breakbeats.
So I don't think so, but let's look at it. I just tried it. I downloaded the same exact sample from the video and tried working on it. So this is the sample. Okay, now here we have the rack. So one crucial aspect about this technique is about the slope choice here in the filters, because depending on where you place the crossover frequency, you're going to have some sort of transparent at times, but other times kind of annoying kind of resonances here and there, and it's messing up with the tone of the sample. However, now let's try the Beats Warp algorithm. So that's way faster method than the same thing with the drum bus, because he used this drum bus. So let's just stick to this drum bus example. Now the drum bus alone. And on the drum bus, as you can see, we have these transients knob that if we turn it down, we are kind of chopping the tails, just like with the beat warp transients thing. Now let's try the drum bus plus the gate rack. Now let's try the Beats Warp plus the gate rack. Now the same but with the drum bus. And these are kind of crap. Now let's try with the smart gate. Now let's try with the SPL Deverb. Then there's this transient detection rack that kind of sucks, but let's listen to it. Then a mix of things. So we have the gate rack, then we have another gate, then we have the drum bus. And this is a bit sloppier, especially thanks to the second gate and to the drum bus. Now, this is my favorite method, and it's using multiband expansion. So I basically made these. Way cleaner, and the same thing but with the native Ableton plugins. It's harder and kind of more chopped. Then there's this other attempt by doing all the things by hand. So chopping the samples, trimming the tails, mixing the whole thing together. So on the group bus, we have the drum bus, then the kick has this little mixing, then we have the snare, and then the cymbals. So let's listen to it. And then there's the final result by Julian. And I think that maybe he was hyped by these, and these slots, in which he gated too much the stuff and make the whole thing like so this second kick is choked. Then we have this kind of gap and this other gap again. And personally, I think my most favorite way to do this is the Pro MB and the multiband dynamics, because you can easily move the crossover frequencies all from one instance. You don't have to go to the high channel, to the mid channel, to the low channel, and kind of tweak here and there all the stuff. And you also have way more control instead of gating that it's all in or all out. So you can kind of blend the two things. So let's listen to this. And you have way more control. This doesn't split the frequencies, the free tracks like the Julian stuff, but I don't think he wanted to kind of split the tracks to rework them individually, but just have a cleaner sound. So if we take that into account, I think that this is the way to. So this is it for this video. So this is Marco from the editing session. Punchier thing that Julian claimed was due to the drum bus, not the gating technique itself. So it's important to note that. And another thing is that if you want a choppier sound, you maybe should go for working with samples instead of trying to chop Ubergate, whatever, name and break, because generally breaks sound the way break sound because they are recorded all together, and that's the whole glue, that's the magic behind drum breaks. So just keep that in mind. So this is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.